Hello everybody, welcome to this episode of Karen Plays Your Decks, and here I am going to feature a very cool deck. I've had a ton of tech problems, and I have recorded this intro like 5 or 6 damn times. So I know this deck really well at this point. I know this deck really well at this point. But that being said, it's a banger. So this was sent by AsuraHS. And what a cool deck. First of all, let's just highlight the fact that it is triple legacy, which is just really nasty. We've got a Champion Tabris, a Doc Bookton, and a Mighty Javelin. And then one house at a time, we got to start with the BROBNAR. This deck is all about the BROBNAR, in my view. So we have double 1-2 punch, which is great to have in duplicate, obviously. Stun a creature. And then you can also destroy a creature if it is also stunned. If it's already stunned, I mean. We have double pound for 2 damage to a creature with 1 splash, again in duplicate, which makes it a lot more powerful. And we have a pile of skulls, which will capture anytime those spot removal cards destroy a creature. So that's pretty cool. Mighty Javelin also does a bit of spot removal, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spot removal cards, and then you have Grunt Buggy. Grunt Buggy is going to synergize with the rest of the BROBNAR, which is just crazy. We've got Lollop the Titanic for power, Groggins also for power, can only attack flying creatures though. How many worse versions of Troll are they going to give us, by the way? If there's not a worse version of Troll in Winds of Exchange, I'm going to quit the game. But we have Gengar Chieftain and Drummer Knot, which is of course going to give you that Drummer Knot loop. Gengar Chieftain into Calfine is also really nice. Pile of Skulls is going to capture Amber, and Grunt Buggy is going to raise cost, which is going to feed into the other houses. So we have Interdimensional Graft and Doorstep to Heaven. So both of those cards are just really good in synergy with that Grunt Buggy raising cost, and the Pile of Skulls capturing. So you're going to be able to do a lot of like Amber negation. Now, those plays are really good, but they're not really useful unless you could, hypothetically, I don't know, archive a ton of cards, which of course this Logos can do. We have a Knowledge is Power, also synergizing with that amount of archiving. So, firstly, we have Archimedes, which can, archive. It's a little bit less control. It's not like we have a Bouncing Death Quark to synergize with that Archimedes, but it could hypothetically archive a lot of cards. But more importantly, we have a Director of ZYX, which is going to, at the beginning of the turn, archive the top card of our deck. Really powerful card, if you don't kill it. And we have Hexbion, which will archive itself and the top card of the deck, so we're looking at even just like baseline plays. If the Archimedes doesn't even do anything, we already have like 3 cards archived basically for free. And then we have 2 ZYX Researchers, which I want to talk about that a little bit, because we don't want to archive our Knowledge's Power, and since I played this deck, the video got corrupted the first time I tried to play it. But since I played this deck before, one of the things that we definitely want to avoid is archiving that Knowledge's Power by accident, because that's going to keep our like awesome Amber Burst play from happening. So I'm going to try to focus on archiving off the top of the discard with the ZYX. I think that I'm going to keep my focus there. You might see me discard some creatures in, for example, if I'm playing Sanctum, I might like discard some creatures and then play Doorstep to make sure the Doorstep is on top of the discard and my opponent can't like kill something in order to put it on top of the Doorstep so that I can scoop that right back up. That could definitely come up, though this deck does have 19 creatures, so normally you're going to have something on board, but it could come up if you're blank board. We have double Healing Blast, which is going to synergize very well with our Lollop the Titanic and Groggins. Also with our Drummer Knot. We have huge guys in Sanctum as well. We've got the Champion Tabris. Merrick the Marked is over 5 power. Barrister Joya is 5 power as well. Lion is going to boost the power of something. Like, for example, you could make Director 5 power via Lion. So I think... Yeah, no, I just think the deck like perfectly synergizes. I wouldn't change a card in it, with the possible exception of please give me some artifact control, but, you know, you can't have it all. This deck is insane. It is something that I absolutely wish that I owned. It is really, really, really cool. I cannot think of too many cooler AoAs. I also wanted to mention that the Sanctum has the board clear in Spirit's Way, which I think is really, really vital. Basically we have two ways to do scaling and one way to clear a board, and a lot of spot removal, good creatures, and we can really, really threaten them. If they have a blank board, we can threaten with that Gengar combo. So, let's record some games and hope so much that we don't suffer from some ridiculous lag situation, which has happened in a bunch of these attempted videos. Please, 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 please. Oh yeah, we're moving. So what I think happened when I was recording before is I had too many other applications open. So I had my music notation software open and then all kinds of stuff. So we should be good. But I don't want to open any other tabs. One time it crashed when I was making. So I think that QuickTime interacts weirdly when you open up new stuff, or put some different video strain on it. So I use QuickTime to record these, and basically what I think happened is I would open up a new tab which would involve the video stuff, and then it would be oh, too much processing happening with all these other applications that were open. I'm gonna try my absolute best to make this not crash. And quit a bunch of any other application that is open other than QuickTime and Firefox. We're I could tell that the connection's much better already though, so should be good. Yes. Okay, we got somebody. We got the deck. We're recording a game. Oh my god. Is this the time that it works? Can we pull up a deck list? Hey. You guys have no idea how many times I failed at making that happen. So anyway, we're playing against Sakakichi Carpapesta La Agitata, which has double Infernus with an Implosion, a Break Key. We've got City-State Interest with an Amphora Captora, Galatops, and just a Saurian that's going to make that work. I see a lot of Amber production and a lot of Amber control, but not a lot of creature control, basically. So we're going to try to exploit the lack of creature control. I think that will be the best strategy here. We open Pile of Skulls, which is super cool. Let's check for a Borrow, because I forgot to check for that. No Borrow. Thank you. Now, do I go BROBNAR, or do I play the 4-card Sanctum? Heist Knight. Tempting offer. I'm gonna get greedy and play the BROBNAR. The reason is that I can control that Calfine with Golden Aura, hypothetically, and play maybe a better turn even. Okay, so we have Knowledge is Power. That's really good. Beware the Ides is used to kill my BROBNAR creature, and I am punished for my greediness. I don't know if it's the total wrong move though. Put out Hallowed Shield. This deck is a little bit about setups, so they might get a little ahead to start, but I'm not super concerned. Mug is going to be used to hit the Amber off of... Oh no, it's used... Mug deals... this is an interesting interaction. So Mug does 2 damage to Merrick the Marked, one of which is prevented. What? Gains an Amber due to Mug's bonus icon. Okay, deals 1 damage. Oh, okay. So Mug had a damage enhancement, which dealt 1 to Merrick the Marked, and then they used Mug to remove the 1 Amber from Shrix. Oh my god, that was weirdly complicated for something that basically will not impact the game a ton. 2 damage to a creature with 1 splash. Boop. Pile of Skulls captures an Amber. We got Grunt Buggy against a deck, I think, with no R. I didn't see anything. We got the Buggy. Killing it. They get Captora down and Reap with Faust. We're both just trying to set up here. I am going to play Logos. I'm going to... Normally I'd take Helperbot, but interestingly I think Director's worth more because I don't see much C in this deck, so I'm going to take Director and hope to resolve it multiple times. I can archive my Helperbot using my ZYX Researcher as well and just put that in the archives so that I just have my Helperbot for next turn, which is just fine by me. Okay, we see a good amount of disc creatures brought out. The destroyed Steel 1 effects are so troublesome. We do get an archive off of our Director, though. How do I want to play this? I can just raise cost with the Sanctum. Or I can Helperbot out somebody to raise cost. I lose my archives if I do that, though. But I think the Logos play is actually pretty high value. This is actually a really tough little decision here. Let me know if we make the same choice in the comments here. I think I like the Logos play despite the loss of the Kip, which is frustrating, but so let's reap and fight in case we hit the Spirit's Way. I definitely want Faust dead. We play Wild Wormhole to get Archimedes. Interesting. Archimedes on the left flank, and then I'll play Hilperbot on the left flank as well. That will let me bring out Mighty Javelin. And what I'm going to do is actually just use Knowledge's power to archive a card. I know this is like sacrilege in this deck, which wants a huge kit, but I don't feel like waiting anymore, basically. I think having just a little more speed, like I'm kind of already winning on multiple fronts here, so. Secret Needle. Rad Penny comes down to steal 1 Amber. Look over there. Deals 2 damage to Director. And steals 1. Booby Trap destroys the line. Super frustrating. If only I had Doorstep. To deal 4 to a creature. I'm going to use that to trigger the steal ability here. And then I can use Doorstep to eliminate a bunch of that. Put out our dudes. Still getting some lag here. I'm going to try to work that out in like subsequent videos, but I didn't have this issue up until trying to record this deck, and this deck has just been cursed. Like I'm telling you, I want nothing more than to make a beautiful video with this awesome BROBNAR deck, and it is just causing me so much pain. Drummer not Gengar Chieftain though. That's probably not going to happen here though. Probably go like Logos, maybe try to get that Spirit's Way. They use City State Interest, Hedonistic Intent. So it'll exalt the flank creatures, and also they capture all of my Amber pretty much. How are we doing on discards here? Math says to go Logos here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Math says to go Logos. I will trust the math. I'm going to go ZYX off the top of the deck, which will archive. Interdimensional Graft. What a good archive. What a good archive. ZYX. Got a few things. Raise cost to 9. Ooh, we get the Titan mechanic. That's a fun little synergy with Graft, where you can like lower cost by 1. It doesn't work with the Grunt Buggy, but you know, I'm still pretty happy with that. Sacrifice fights Barrister Joya. Bonesaw fights Joya. Cue the Tabletop Royale sound effect. Anybody knows what I'm talking about? Okay. Infernus comes down, which is not good for me. That Galatops is the only thing keeping me from doing the Drummer Knot. Anguish. Deals 1 damage to my ZYX. I thought it would damage itself. How do I want to do this? Well, let's see what we archived here. We archived the Spirit's Way. What an amazing archive. So they are Destroyed, Doorstep, and Healing Blast. Do I want to graft them now? I think graft is. I think it's time for graft. Expion, cool. That was dumb. That was dumb. I put it on the wrong flank, distracting me, I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to work very hard to try to fix that in subsequent videos. But, you know, we transfer 3 Amber, check a 10, whatever. Have a nice line. Essence Scale, Rabble, sure. With a cap enhancement, goes on to Rad Penny. Why not cap on onto Brabble? Infernus annoyingly comes down again. God, I hate Infernus so much. Purge Interdimensional Graft and Healing Blast, sure. Like, for real, like, is there anybody who doesn't hate Infernus? Like, again, not trying to just, like, bait people to comment, but, like, oh my god, comment if you don't hate Infernus. Like, just let me know. Because, my lord, I hate that card so much. It is just super not fun to play against. If I were me, what would I do? Spirit's Way is, like, not helping me as much as I want here. Kind of want to just, like, reap with my logos. Which will let them reap with their dis, which is super not good for me. Oh, decisions. I have Pound in an archive, which I could use to kill the Rad Penny for Amber. Then use, like, the BROBNAR to just do some fighting. I think that that's the way to go. I'm not, like, thrilled with this move, but it accomplishes multiple things that I need done. Also captures some Amber via Pile of Skulls. Like, I think that this is the kind of thing that this deck needs to do, basically. We can also use Gengar Chieftain to finally kill Galatops using Gengar Chieftain Ready's Lollop. Fight with Galatops. And I'll put an Amber on Lollop via Pile of Skulls. And then Drummer Knot. On this flank. Oh, no. Please. Phew. Okay, so I can... probably killing Infernus. Actually, I'll kill this one that can reap and destroy stuff. We'll capture an Amber. Oh, I missed what that Q was. We'll go Groggins. Back. Oh my god. Gengar Chieftain will fight with Groggins. Kill Anguish. Capture an Amber on the Titan Mechanic. Yeah, I think that's by far our best turn here because we maintain our board. Their deck barely has C, so I didn't want to, like, you know, do them a favor by doing a board clear, basically. Genji, Reckless Rizzo, captures an Amber using Captora onto Brabble. Seeker Needle does 1 damage and kills Director. Or, not Director, Researcher. Lights Out is played. Probably return Prince Derek and Titan Mechanics to the hand. Sure. Secret Needle to deal damage to Drummer Knot. Could be worse. Prince Derek, that's like a bad, I think that's just a misplay. Not to be overly harsh about it, but Forge Yellow Key, because that's just going to let me pop off for more Amber, right? Like, I do have an issue, though, where I've got a Reckless Rizzo that I would prefer dead. And I can't kill it in Sanctum, even though Sanctum is like my best turn. So I think going BROBNAR is good for now. I really, really want to take that Sanctum turn, but you know, it's a two-player game, and you got to react to what your opponent is doing. One here, one here. Does Groggins care about fighting, or is this a pacifist Groggins? I think this is a warlike Groggins. What I want to do is like threaten to do the Drummer Knot loop if they don't take care of this. Kill that Infernus. I'm not going to kill the Brabble because it'll lose me 3, but the board is threatening enough where they're going to be like, oh, I have to fill this board up, or Drummer Knot is going to happen, or I have to kill one of these creatures, right? Puts them in a little bit of a tight situation with a check at 8. I think that's very much my best move. Legosaurian, Library of Polysaurus, Good of the Many. Destroys a few creatures. To destroy Hexbion and Brabble. Okay. It kind of does me more favors than harm, actually. Ooh, good archives. I think I should kip, though, even though that turn is really juicy. I have a lot of good options here. Like, a lot of good options. So... Prince Derek will gain 3. 4. I want to play the Sanctum. So we're actually going to toss Spirit's Way. I'm going to take Hostages. I'm going to raise the power of Drummer Knot and Director. Then heal Drummer Knot using Golden Aura. Now it is Sanctum, and cannot be dealt damage, which is pretty cool. That'll fight to take out Thero, placing an Amber on the Lion. Take Hostages, captures an Amber. Okay, then we use Drummer Knot, comes back to the hand, then we play Prince Derek for 3 Amber. Pretty cool. Not enough for a check, but pretty cool. We're definitely in the driver's seat here, let me put it that way. The deck we're against doesn't seem to have a lot of creature control. And we can exploit that pretty well with this deck. Council Primus moves the Amber, that's kind of fun. Humble. Hey, some creatures died, so I can move back over here. Woo. Back to my home base on the left. They exhaust Doc Bookton with the Humble. Sure. 5 cards in archive. All of them, well, I got Calfine in there, but most of them logos. Do I just kip or do I play Keyforge? I think we drummer not loot. Oh, and we have a concession. Oh, and they've left, but GG. Nonetheless, yeah. We just had like way too many good options there at that point. Let's do one more. We'll show off this deck. I think it's really cool. A little bit of lag, but can't let that ruin a night. I'm gonna grab a glass of water, tell whoever comes in, BRB. Okay. Oh, come on. They couldn't wait for 2 seconds. We were so close to Keyforge, folks. So close. We can do it. And that was such a quick in. So we were totally in the driver's seat in that last game. I'm trying to think of things I can maybe do a little better. Obviously, line formation. Line formation is actually really big with this deck. So it's kind of interesting, like what you're putting next to your Archimedes and what you're putting next to Lion. Leaving Lion matters less because it's a deploy, right? But Archimedes, there might be things that are more valuable to leave on flanks. The ZYX researchers, for example, so that you can scoop them up and get double value. Also, like your 5 powers could be valuable to get next to an Archimedes because that could continue your ability to raise cost. Oh, come on, come on. Spirit's Way is like interesting. In that game, I was playing against a deck that just didn't have much creature control, so playing it would have been counterproductive. I mean, it's really, really nice to have, right? But it is a complicated card in this deck because... One play that I really want to set up is to use the Spirit's Way with the Helper Bot and then graft, because you have a bunch of captured Amber. Which means that if that's a possible play, that means that you want to be putting your Amber on your 3+ power creatures. Something to think about. That is a play worth considering. Oh, they left in 2 seconds? Oh, never mind. Cool, cool. I thought they left again. I'm like, oh my god. I'm not that bad. Alright. Good luck, have fun. Please don't lag. Okay. I'm just like begging this computer to not lag. I think we're doing pretty good now, knock on wood, but alright, we have Deocelis because of course, Quixelstone because of course. Oh no, double red alert and Lost in the Woods. Not what we want to see. At least we dodged the relevance of the Cephaloists. We got Wild Bounty. So the Untamed's like relatively rushy. Not like crazy so, but you know, can throw a few pips around. The Star Alliance can just kill a bunch of creatures and then slap down a Quixelstone, which is super bad for us. So we're going to hope to open well. The Deocelis is a problem if we don't have our Spirit's Way, so I'm going to focus on hopefully getting that archive. Defense Initiative can make that a massive problem, though. But I have like splash damage, but it might take multiple turns to kill a Deocelis. Let's just try our best here. We do have more speed. That's going to be our big edge up here. So what I want to do... Okay, so they're going to go first. I'm going to keep this hand. Which might... You can see how I can set up playing the Spirit's Way and then archiving. First turn Quixel, no! Oh, that is sad. Alright. That is really sad. Discard Drummernaut, I guess. That feels wrong. That feels sad. But I could never Drummernaut loop. Like, you definitionally can't with Quixelstone on the board. Maybe play Director? What an unfortunate draw to pull on stream. Like, oh yeah, let me bring my Quixel deck and first turn it in the slow deck. Discards Commander Chan, play Subdue, discards Red Alert. Fine. We can play our Director, though. And discard this. We can at least archive some cards. Doorstep is a very nice card to pull. Could be worse. We just had to get the stream, the recording, like rolling here. Now we're not lagging. Okay. We archive Hallowed Shield because, you know, top value plays here. Maybe just go BROBNAR and do the fighting. That feels pretty good actually. To kill a Strix, get a drummer. Get a Ganger Chieftain on board. Capture on this. It's not horrible. I know it puts me in a situation where I'm locked by the Quixel, but I've got 2 pips. I can play 3 creatures. That's not bad against a first turn Quixel to have 3 creatures on board, period, right? Like, that feels pretty good, actually, because they're either going to have to expand the game, or I'm going to have 3 creatures and they only have like 1 or 2. Right? Now, they can counter with like a Lost in the Woods here, for example. Wild Bounty is played, and then Rapid Evolution is going to make Council Primus pretty beefy, probably. Yep. So 7 power Council Primus, Quicksand kills Primus, and Lollop. Really, could be worse, because we're archiving now. We put our Grunt Buggy down, and that will raise their cost. That could really be worse. I really need to play my pips. I really don't want to do damage to my boys here, but I'm sorry. Forgive me. Raise costs, get some more cards in archive. Come on. Play the Deocelis? That would... At least I have my Spirit's Way. coming. Takes Deosyllus into their hand. Discards Galatops. Plays Deosyllus. It's here. It's big. Oh no. And defense initiative. Man, every draw. Every draw. That is crazy. Oh god. Like for real, that's like really, really, really fortunate. I mean, I would play the same cards, don't get me wrong, like, nothing against the player, but first turn Quixel, Deosyllus, in the top 15 cards. No big. How do I want to do this? I hate all my turns here. I'm gonna save Doorstep. Wild Wormhole uses Pound. That's cool. Yeah, and that's the kind of thing I was hoping for. Was like something to damage this Deosyllus. We'll keep Kip because it's one of my few ways to gain a bunch of Amber. Actually, they do Forge. I gotta play the long game. I think. Curse of Vanity. Oops. Okay, okay. Keep the stuff in archives. No archives. We clear board, which will bring them to 6. Play Barrister to raise cost to 7. Discard Lion. To have Doorstep, I guess. Hopefully they pop off for like a million Amber, and then I can negate that. That'd be nifty. That'd be neat. Hey, come on. More, yes. Bloop. The most satisfying play in Keyforge, honestly, in my humble opinion. I love a good Doorstep for massive Amber negation. And we check. I'm gonna be like legitimately like overjoyed if I somehow win this. I doubt it. But I'll be happy. They put Explorer Rover on Niffle so that it is now a 14 power skirmisher that ignores taunt. And then they use Ritual of the Hunt. Disruption Field. Oof. Oof. No thank you. My god. Alright. So we can Kip for 2 Amber. Maybe Helperbot down a Groggets? Maybe? Hypothetically? Oh, woe is me. I can discard everything if I wanted to. So that they can't play any more creatures. That's not good, though. I think I might be kind of screwed. I don't think any of these creatures are worth the creature slot. Maybe Hexbion? Hexbion... Actually, let's do Hexbion, Helperbot, play Healing Blast. Just to kind of clean the hand up a little bit, we'll heal the Niflate because we're kind. I don't know how I feel about that, but I can get some stuff archived and like maybe cycle into a second Kip or something. Survey has double amber on it. Discards Cephalotus, plays red alert to kill my poor helper bot. Gives Niflate skirmish again for good measure, because sure. We do see the weakness in this deck though is not having artifact control. Like it can be pretty well exploited by something like Quixel. I know like a card like Quixel is rare, but at the same time, it's not like, you know, crazy rare. Okay, so what we can do, play Mighty Javelin, stun an enemy creature. Do I worry about playing Groggins? No, because I can play Booked In for more value. Stunning that is pretty decent, actually. Hexbion needs to die. Monument to Shrix is going to be another problematic artifact. Curse of Vanity, what's an Axiom to ward that? Oh, that's such an issue. So we can use Take Hostages, and then we can also use this Golden Aura to like kind of hilariously fight with Hexbion in order to capture an Amber, and we can put down Merrick the Marked. Raise cost to 7. I could use Mighty Javelin to capture some Amber on Merrick. I save it. Probably save it. But I can do that. For like 1 Amber control. So double Cephaloist. Niflate unstuns Mushroom with a View. Lost in the Woods. Oh, that's a game ender. That's a game ender. Oh. No, 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 no. Alright, let's do one more for good measure here. We'll leave this game. After we get a... Okay, they just leave. Not getting any GGs tonight. No hospitality. Alright. Put up another one. Recording. I don't know if there's anything I could have done different in that game. The first turn Quixel was like way too much. It's interesting though because like Zhang, I feel like I would much rather bring this deck to a competitive situation than what we just played against. And basically the logic being like, sure, you know, you're going to have those high roll games, but Zhang is going to be a very consistent deck. Like, you even saw it in those kind of adverse conditions. It was still able to get a massive doorstep and, like, you know, set up the conditions for a big draft, even though, like, a huge draft didn't happen due to, like, card draw. But I'm actually pretty impressed with it, even in those kind of, like, adverse circumstances. If it did have R, like, just to knock out some annoying thing like that, it would be absolutely massive. Hopefully we get a game nice and quick here. Can always edit it out, but prefer not to keep these these videos coming out. I want to like minimize editing and kind of maximize getting gameplay on video, basically. I really like the logos on this deck. Like, actually, like, having played it, like, a handful of logos feels amazing, because, like, you have the Helper Bot, you have the Igor to fish into some stuff, like, actually, like, moves really, really well, and you have the Archiving, Wild Wormhole, it's really, really nice. Like, we had a really nice Wormhole in that game, into ping damage, so that we could then kill the Day of Solace. Okay, we're up against Delphian. Very cool. This will be our last game for this video. Go, go, go. Okay, cool. Luck, have fun. Yeah, we're finally, like, not lagging. I was like losing it, man. Like, I've tried to record this video, like, 5 times, I swear. We're gonna keep this. Let's see what we're actually up against. The houses that we don't want to see. Oh boy, we were up against another gigantic deck with Niffle Kong with 1, 2, 3, 4 Niffle Apes and a Growth Surge. Reclaimed by Nature is not ideal for us. Defense Initiative, Spoils of Battle. Oh boy, big Saurian. Sanctum is a little less impressive, but the Fangs are good. Commandeer is great. Smite is awesome. With double Ardent Hero. Lyco Knight is pretty good. I mean, it's just gonna put some bodies on board mostly, though, which is not bad with this deck. You have to constantly think about creature management, which, you know, not ideal. With that in mind, I think I still keep this hand. Normally I would just play the Pound, right, and then use the 4-card Sanctum. I think I'm being too paranoid about the number of creatures that can come out, because I can't draw anything anyway. I want to set myself up for good card draws. Monument to Faust. Like, the worst thing that can happen is like a ton of Saurians and Defense Initiative as well, but we just get a warded Ludo instead of, like, you know, 3 of them, so that could be worse, actually, even though a warded Ludo is not what you want to see turn 1, and then Monument to Faust to keep raising key cost. Definitely, that could have been worse. Alright, we've got Graft. Niffle Kong comes up. Oh my god, we're getting high rolled on. We're getting high rolled on. It's crazy. The first video that I recorded with this, that ended up getting corrupted, it did awesome, awesome. And this one, we're seeing the Kryptonite. And we're going to need a Spirit's Way and fast. Wow. Oh, it brings out Niffle Queen as well? I didn't... Yeah, it brings out each Niffle. Wow, okay. Holy shit. What would I do? I could play 3 cards in logos. Gotta hold my Graft. Damn. Okay, okay. Lot of Niffle. Tiny bit. Tiny bit, a lot of Niffle. Not what you want to see. Not ideal. Not ideal. Maybe they go for a huge Amber Cane and I graft them. That's probably my best case scenario right now. Oh man. Maybe they think wiser of it. They go Sanctum. That could be worse. I mean, yeah, that could definitely be worse. They play Smite, which is going to let them fight with Niffle Kong. Steal 1? Yeah. Does that, it's like if you do, isn't it? I always have to read this card. Fight Reap. You may destroy a friendly Niffle creature. If you do, deal 3 to a creature, steal 1, and destroy an enemy artifact. Did they do that? They use Smite. To fight Hexbion. They did not trigger the ability, okay. Okay, dealing with a ton of huge creatures, we have to draw into... It's going to be really, really vital to draw into Spirit's Way. It's going to be really vital to keep our graft. I think this is going to be a real test of how much I've learned with this deck, actually. It's pretty important to not lose our cool here. And just keep moving cards. So we have graft. We're not going to automatically lose. They're respecting graft, which I did not expect, actually. They're respecting it. We're going to splash some damage. Play a pile of skulls. I need to kill Ludo. Very badly. Need to kill Ludo. Capture on the Ganger. Yeah, it's not bad. They're respecting graft, even though I'm not that deep in deck, which is super good news, actually. Okay. Probably not going to play this Grunt Buggy. I need to get to my Spirit's Way, though, like, badly, like yesterday. Okay, they fight with the Niflcon to destroy Doc Bookpin. Destroy a Niffle Ape and destroy the creature's Steel 1. Plays Fruit. Okay, Niffle. Okay. Checks at 8. Good number. So let's play Logos here. Kip isn't worth that much here. Mighty Javelin. Oh, I was hoping for the Spirit's Way. We're gonna play Graft. We're gonna archive a card using Knowledge's Power. Archive that Grunt Buggy since it's not relevant. Put down a Titan Mechanic to lower cost by 1. Play Hexbion. Got a Doorstep. That's not a Spirit's Way. Got a nice little burst in Sanctum here, though. They're gonna go Saurian to play Faust. Beware the Ides. Spoils. Capture a few. Let's see where they put it. Probably one on Maple Kong, maybe? Maybe Lego Knight. Oh, Keyforge gods, give me a Spirit's Way. Disconnected. No. This is a really cool showcase of this deck. Do not disconnect on me. Don't do it. Please come back. This game's cool. No. It's a really cool game. Please. I think we're not in a bad position here. I want to play this out. Because we're going to get Spirit's Way. It's going to happen. They're getting grafted. Oh, woohoo! They're back! Yes! Yay! No problem. No problem. I thought we were done. I was just like, oh, what a way to end. Yeah, capture one on the Niflkong. Yeah, as predicted. It's 13 power. Curse of Vanity. Oh, God. All this Saurian Untamed garbage is really hurting me here. So they're going to raise cost to 8 using that, and then use Ancient Power. Dude. That is, less than ideal, we'll say. Holy moly. Okay. We have plays. We definitely have plays. So we can use Mighty Javelin to deal 4 to Faust. Then we can use Healing Blast to heal 5 damage from Nipple Queen and gain some Amber. Golden Aura allows me to fight with Titan Mechanic to kill Faust. Very cool. Derek the Unifier on the right flank so I can continue to have cost lowered. Oh, my Kingdom for a Spirit's Way, dude. I kind of need to use this BROBNAR turn first anyway to splash the damage, so it's not the worst. But we're getting to the point where it's like, okay, like I'm going to need that board clear. I really need that board clear. Checking a 10 is not bad, though, given the circumstance. One-two punch. Oh, I was mixing it up with the pound. Pound would have been way better here. I'll live either way, but... If they reap with all this Untamed, I'll be forced to play Doorstep and probably hit Derek into Niflkong. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, pretty even on the houses. Because I've just kind of been managing instead of... I haven't really been in the driver's seat, so hand shaping hasn't really been a thing that I can... It's not really a luxury that I have here. They're going to choose Sanctum, probably a Commandeer play here then. Which isn't ideal. Especially because that might leave them like checking at like 7 or something, which is not good. Okay, they're going to use NFL to fight Titan Mechanic. Lyco Knight is going to fight Hexbeyond to archive a card and Hexbeyond for us. That's going to archive Lollop. Ooh. Commandeer. Purify to purge Lyco Knight. Put Seeker of Truth into play. Plays Ardent Hero. Commandeer captures. Okay. Am I crazy enough to play Buggy here? Because it would stall the key. And like I'm gonna get into my Spirit's Way. Like it seems like kind of suicidal, but oh man. I don't want to do that. Because I can't destroy it. Oh man, how do I feel about that? That's a game-play, game-changing kind of decision here. I think it's my best move. Because it's going to max my doorstep value, it's going to move more cards. I can stun Niflkong. I think they were reclaimed, which they already played. I'm going to be stuck with my bad decision. Oh my god. I can't believe I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Good. It'll make for good TV, right? Grumpbuggy stuns the Niflkong, maybe? I actually kind of wanted... I kind of want him to fight with that, or them. Stun Flumph. There's Drummernaut. Play Lollop. Play Groggins. I think that... So here's my kind of hypothesis here, is like... We still don't have Spirit's Way. I think that this deck is better than theirs card for card. So the longer that this goes, the better it is for me. And Grumpbuggy is going to be a game extender. If they use Niflkong to steal and destroy Grumpbuggy, that's also a win, because I can play Doorstep for max value. So like either one of those situations is not awful for me. I'm going to play Doorstep for max value, and then actually walk into having the Spirit's Way with the ward off of the Niflkong. So like, that's kind of the logic here. You can tell me if I'm wrong, like what you would do. I'm happy to take criticism. We have Untamed, which might be the kind of play I'm describing. Flumph is unstunned. Niflkong fights Drummernaut. Will they destroy a Kong? They destroy a Niflkong to steal one and destroy Grumpbuggy. Okay. It's kind of what we want. Get that ward off of the Niflkong, because I have no other way of removing that. Put Growth Surge. Growth Surge to increase power of Ardent Hero and Seeker of Truth, okay. We're going to use Doorstep. Let's put them back to 5. Barrister Joya. That could be worse, that could be worse. Keeping it even, oh my god, I still don't have Spirit's Way! Oh my god. Help. Help. All of that was under the assumption that I was going to probably draw it. But no, I must stare longingly at it from the discard pile. The spirit is eternal, the flesh is weak. Let go the flesh, for your earthly strength is the greatest prison. Ooh, the last book. The greatest prison is not drawing this fucking thing. Oof. Fights to kill Prince Derek. Okay. Puts power counters on Niffle Queen. They go to 6. They destroy an artifact and a Niffle, steal 1. That could be worse, I guess. It's coming. It doesn't take anything because they just have Niflkong. They go to 8. So I actually need... so there's a thing TCO really needs to fix. It's like Igor you get to discard in order. So like I should play this. Okay, so I may need a manual depending on how the Igor shakes out. Okay, so I want to use basically like I want I could use Researcher, which could archive HelperBot and Spirit's Way. That'd be pretty cool. Is that the play here, or do I want? Or is HelperBot worth something? HelperBot moves more cards, which feels pretty important here, actually. So I'm gonna take HelperBot. Okay. So Spirit's Way is going to go to the archives. Many thanks to our opponent for being gracious there. Thanks. Okay. Now we go HelperBot. And stun Nickel Kong. Director and Hexion. We can cycle deck. That all feels really, really important. We're not out of it yet. That's like a really, really good and important Logos turn. They did get second key though, which is not great, because now we really just have Doorstep. Commandeer, again, I think the longer the game goes, the better it is for us. I might be forced to play a Spirit's Way, even though I super don't want to. Well, I'd only lose 2 creatures, but I lose my Director. And I want my Director. Amber Heart is going to ward Nickel Kong. Super irritating. They're going to check. That's super bad for me. Commandeer. Fangs removes Nickel Kong. Okay. Graft. What can I do, realistically? I can play Wild Wormhole and hope to hit either Doorstep or Grunt Buggy. Basically all we have. Preferably Grunt Buggy. And then Like draw doorstep or something. We have the Spirit's Way. Can I do anything cool with that? Like, because what I really need to do is play that Spirit's Way, but they've checked. I don't think there's any way for me to capture 2 there, so I have to go Logos. No archives. Grumpbuggy plays Doorstep. Okay. Live to fight another day. Oh my god. Win or lose, that was pretty cool, but I don't think we're going to survive another turn here, but you never know, you never know. Hexbion, I think it's pretty vital that I archive some cards here. Okay, none of that is incredibly helpful. We can check at 10. Grumpbuggy? Grumpbuggy is probably not going to be enough. Maybe. Depends what they do. So you're saying there's a chance. Saurian is the play. Council Primus comes down. The prog-rockiest of all dinosaurs. Shriek's Curse of Vanity to bring them to 7. Exalt Primus. Monument of Faust. Okay, so they go to cost 7. What do we have in archives? We have a Ganger Chieftain. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Can I really not do 1 Amber Control in Logos? Like, 1 speck of Amber Control. The Curse of AoA here. Can I... Can I do anything but play this Grumpbuggy, basically? Because if I could clear board and just control 1 Amber in Sanctum... Wait, that would be the... That's kind of the play. That's definitely the play. Is to... prevent the key with BROBNAR. Put down the Grumpbuggy. And then, hope to draw more Sanctum, I guess? Can I do anything else? Can I even try to do anything else? So close to a huge clear here. Like, it's like 1 Amber off if they weren't able to check. I have no other choice but to do the BROBNAR. Do the BROBNAR. Two with 1 splash here. Gotta reap with Groggins. Maybe. Hypothetically. It's possible. Probably not gonna happen. Pile of Skulls would have been an insane draw, by the way. Because... I guess I couldn't use the Spirit's Way. Well, yeah, Pile of Skulls would have been insane instead of the, if I had drawn that with the Grunt Buggy. Hypothetically, though, if somehow they don't check, which is probably not going to happen. I mean, why wouldn't they check? But hypothetically, I could win there. We are going to probably archive a card off of Director. Remove one from Citizen Strix. Goes on the Calfine. We can go Sanctum meaningfully. And play a big board if they don't check. If they don't check high enough, we can win. On like a massive board clear. Like Prince Derek comes down and kill everything and then play... All we have is... Well, we could get... Maybe... I might not be able to do the board clear. But we could probably, maybe, sort of, survive a turn. Maybe not. Prince Derek can pop off for a few. Shrix is going to steal. Okay. 12. Defense initiative. Oh, come on. No. Yeah, no, so I think, well, I'll do a little bit of, like, analysis on this deck. Blast from the past, or you... Ooh, okay. Well, here's what we got. We have a Sanctum turn, in which we can generate a lot of Amber. I can't do enough with Pile of Skulls, even though I got it now. Derek will go for 3 Amber. So this will be, cost will be up by 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Plus 5. Well, I can only get to plus 6. Is it possible with... BROBNAR? BROBNAR would be able to destroy Thero for capture 1. It's like just not enough. Very narrow margin of loss here, I have to say. Unless I'm missing something, which is possible. Boy left to beef those guys. Oh, we do, yeah, we do get there, we do get there. We get to heal 4. Gotta pop off for some Amber here. I can't use the Spirit's Way. It's so extremely sad. Oh, so sad. Oh, and they win. What did I do wrong? Oh, I thought it was 13. Oh, because the Primus was... Yeah, okay, so I did do the math right initially, yeah. Yeah, 1 Amber off from making that happen. To talk about this deck in a little bit of like an ending recap here, here's the deal. Like, it's an amazing deck. I'm still really excited about it. In the video that ended up not getting getting corrupted, I had a bit of a problem with it against one deck that kind of did similar things, but I feel like we just ran across the weaknesses, right? Boards that can do a lot of damage and ward everything, and like it only has that one board clear, so you're kind of at the mercy of like a really good Saurian plus an Untamed can be a real issue for this deck. With that said, I've played it against decks from other sets, so it seems to have this kind of weakness against a particular kind of mass mutation, which, you know, a lot of decks do. But I played this against some really good Kodas, and it has a ton of answers to really good Kodas because you have ways to do the Amber manipulation. Mass Mutation seems to have a really good answer to its Grunt Buggy with like a lot of good artifact control. Also, as we saw, the Quixel dropping in Game 2. Mass Mutation just has a lot of tools that this deck doesn't love to see. I'm still pretty crazy about it, and this deck was like, I think we got kind of high-rolled on in a few places in Game 2 and 3. That first turn Niffle-Ape nonsense, and then we just never got our Spirit's Way. Really, really close. Really, really close to taking command of this game. It would really have only required an earlier Spirit's Way or Pile of Skulls coming out on the previous turn, because if we had Pile out and then we play that Spirit's Way and just like capture everything onto our small Logos dudes, that would have been absolutely like gross and would have just been game ending. So this deck is definitely capable of recovery against these boards. We had that buried Spirit's Way, but that's Keyforge, right? Sometimes the cards get buried and you need to think about how to play these decks anyway. I thought that last game was really interesting, and despite the loss, I feel like I was piloting this deck better than I have been in the other games. You know, like I gave it its chances to draw the outs. So, you know, win some, lose some. Thanks to AsuraHS for the Patreon support, first of all. And you can find Patreon info in the description. But, you know, also for sharing your awesome deck. It is really cool to play some Keyforge with a really lovely AoA. AoA is probably my favorite set. So anyway, have a nice day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you next episode. Bye!